Everything has changed for the New York Knicks, as after a ton of criticism from NBA fans around the league and New York Knicks fans, we've seen now everything change for the Knicks in regards to their energy, their toughness, and the fans' perspective of the team, as the Knicks have finally proven what fans have been waiting to see all year long with this group. And now things look completely different for the Knicks, and we are going to break all of it down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here. It's a good day to be a Knicks fan. Let's jump right into the video. If you are part of that 65% that's not subscribed to Knicks Digest, we are making videos every single day of 2025. We will not miss an upload all year long. You are not... Every single day, you're going to have to see this face. But let's jump into the video. A lot to discuss on the New York Knicks, as everything has changed for this team. It all started when the playoffs began with the New York Knicks. The Knicks were heavily expected by a lot of people to be the team that gets upset in the playoffs, with the Detroit Pistons coming out being young and hungry, and the New York Knicks getting a lot of criticism for being fairly complacent and just not exactly the team that many expected them to be going in to this season. They didn't see a toughness, they didn't see the right mentality for this New York Knicks team, but they have now silenced all the critics, all the doubters. Now no one is falling for this anymore with the New York Knicks, because frankly, what we've seen out of this team is nothing from what we saw previously. We've seen it from different players, to the way that Coach Tom Thibodeau is adjusting, to really the energy surrounding this entire group. Now, a lot of different New York Knicks players spoke out on this feeling, and it is absolutely right for them to do so. Now, Ian Begley also mentioned that it's a very happy, very loose locker room after the win against the Detroit Pistons, ending the series in 6 games. There was a lot of joking around about Brunson's shot and his courage to shoot a 3 in that situation, as many of them thought he would drive. A lot of joking around, a lot of laughs and talk about how this team is tough. A lot tougher than we've given them credit for all season long, says Begley. That's a point that Josh Hart made about this team, how they were able to weather the storm against the Pistons, win 3 road games against Detroit, and get to the second round. And Josh Hart did say exactly that, saying, we're a tough group. Everyone likes to paint us as not. This was a physical series. It was a grueling series. I think we've shown our physicality, our mental toughness. That's one of the best feelings in sports, is going into a hostile environment of an opposing team and silencing them. And it's not like the Knicks just did this and did their job on the road. They won every single road game that they had. Now, yes, the Pistons won 2 home games against, or the Pistons won 2 road games on the Knicks as well. The Knicks dropped 2 of 3 at home. It was not a good look. The vibes were really bad after Game 2 and Game 5. But the Knicks were able to weather these storms. They were able to come back. They were able to punch back and say, all right, you're taking one of ours at home, we're taking one of yours. Oh, you took Game 5 at home from us, we're taking Game 6 from you at home. We are going to respond. If you're going to punch us in the mouth, we're going to punch back. And the Knicks were seen as a team that if they get punched like that, they're going to roll over and die. That is not what they showed. Yes, there were moments that it looked like they were getting complacent in the playoffs, specifically in Game 6. And I have said before, I think that was on the way that Thibodeau was coaching the team. I think there needs to be more of a set offense. My opinion on that has not changed. I don't feel any different. I still think the Knicks need to do that. But where things stand right now, we have seen this team step up to the challenge. We've seen them come out and really start swinging. The first few games of this series, Thibodeau was even asked about this. The Knicks they didn't seem ready to go. They didn't seem like they were ready to jump and show up the way that Josh Hart said. But that changed. The vibe changed. Games 5, even though they lost it, and Game 6, the Knicks showed up and they took the first swing. They got punched. They punched back, and then they started punching early and often as well. They were not just taking it. They wanted to be the people dishing it out. This is what no one saw from this team. This is a lot of the criticism that this team got, is that they weren't tough enough, but they proved otherwise. I mean, look, specifically Jalen Brunson. The man took all the contact in the world this series, was being called a flopper. The whole Little Caesars Arena was chanting it, and I think it's because it's the Little Caesars Arena and they just don't understand good pizza or something, and it might have demented their brains, which is fair. Just kidding. All love to the Detroit Pistons. I do really enjoy watching the Pistons. I'm happy for the fan base that they have a good team. It's been a very long time since the Pistons have been good. Part of me does feel bad that they didn't get their home win, but next year's another year. They'll be back. They'll be better than ever. That core of Duren, Cade, Ausar, Ron Holland. There's a lot to like going on in Detroit right now. I don't think their coach is very good. He's too much of a whiner, but what are you going to do? Look, where things stand right now, the New York Knicks have found themselves in an interesting situation because they just showed their teeth. They showed who they are when they have to be this group that's ready to fight back and swing hard, and it clearly makes them a better unit than they were before, and they look at their best right now. Ian Begley said it seemed like the Pistons got a little bit tight at the end, and then there was a Knicks team with Jalen Brunson that has been here before in tight moments, and Brunson again coming through. Now, Karl-Anthony Towns said, I think this game shows a little bit of how our season has gone. We've kind of made it difficult on ourselves. We've always taken the toughest path to getting the job done. I would hope it was more about the desperation of being in Game 6 in Detroit and less about the layup lines from Mikal Bridges. And Towns is right about all of this. The New York Knicks did make things difficult on themselves. All season long, outside of this guy right here, we saw the New York Knicks make things difficult on themselves. We saw them never take that easy road. It was always a challenge. Everything always had to come difficult. It was never just a walk in the park for this New York Knicks team. They never made it that way. It was always something. There was always some reason why it felt like they're not this, they're not that. We were always talking about what the Knicks weren't. Now we're talking about what the Knicks are, what they were last series, what they are against the Boston Celtics. And yeah, look, Boston's really good. They're favored to win this series. Last time I checked, according to DraftKings, they were like minus 900 to win the playoff series. I think that's pretty preposterous if you ask me. I think they're going to win. I also think the Knicks very well can win this playoff series. I'm not going to go out there and say the Knicks can't win the series because this, and that. They absolutely can. They're not that much worse than the Celtics. That should be minus 900. That's absolute lunacy. Look, yeah, the Celtics are good, but at the same time, so are the Knicks. As long as they punch back, as long as they show what they showed the Celtics in that final game they played, we can see anything happen in this series. We can't just pretend like the Knicks are going to lose. We can't have this mentality because the Knicks, a team that had felt like there was a mentality issue, they clearly have the mentality of a team that can beat the Boston Celtics, and we're seeing that for the first time right now. And it's an excellent feeling as a fan. It's an excellent feeling as someone who makes videos on the Knicks every single day, so better subscribe to the channel every single day. All day, not all day, every day, but, you know, I spend like 3 hours a day every day on Knicks Digest, including weekends. Man, I work pretty hard. But look, that's not the point. Who cares that I work hard on hitting record on a YouTube video? People are literally doing construction all day. That's way harder than this. Just do your job, man. I don't know why I'm making fun of myself. Bad self-talk, guys. One who had good self-talk? Tom Thibodeau. He really did. He said the playoffs, as you know, are all about toughness and your toughness and discipline. A lot of emotional highs and lows, and you got to get through all of that and stay focused on the task at hand and then get the job done. We'll be doing a lot of work in the next couple of days. They're the defending champions, so we know we're going to have to be at our best. Thibodeau saying that ahead of time. He understands the challenge. He's not mincing words at all, and I love that. I also love the fact that Jalen Brunson is averaging 30.5 points in 30 playoff games that he's played with the Knicks. Only 5 other players in NBA history have averaged more than 30 points per game in their first 30 playoff series for a franchise. Michael Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor, Luka Doncic, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So Kareem has the second most points in NBA history. Elgin Baylor is one of the first really true NBA superstars there ever was. Wilt Chamberlain's the one man to score 100 points in a game. And by the way, yes, that did happen to all the people saying it didn't. It definitely happened. On top, I mean, look at all the other great games he had. You're telling me that against the Knicks team that wasn't good and didn't have their starting center because he was hungover, Wilt couldn't put up 100 on some rookie who had barely played? Yes, he could, and he definitely did. On top of that, Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan. Wherever you want to put him, first, second best overall. It's one or the other. Any other answer on Michael Jordan's wrong, but no one's arguing that Michael Jordan's not a top 2 player at worst all time, so that's fair. On the topic of all this, the New York Knicks, they got this guy. Brunson averaged 31 points per game, 31.5 points per game, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds in this 6-game series. He played 40 minutes a night, heavy minutes for sure, but it's what you got to do in the playoffs. Jalen Brunson showed why he's one of the best players on the planet. We all know that. That's not new news. On top of that, Josh Hart played really well as well. He showed exactly that grit and toughness that we needed. He was the one pushing the pace. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists per game, shooting 50% from 3, shooting 50% from the field as well. You have to love what Josh Hart did for this team. And then Mikal Bridges, who got a lot of hate all playoffs long because he was not playing very well, had his best game of the playoffs when it mattered most. And also when Malik Beasley said, what, he's going to have 44 minutes? Yes, he did. And he also had 25 points and didn't drop the ball on the final possession to eliminate his team when he's supposed to be the savvy veteran, unlike Malik Beasley. At the same time, all love to Malik Beasley. I'm a huge fan of his game. I love what he was doing for them, being an excellent veteran for the Detroit Pistons. Lakers should have used him better. I don't know why they just botched that so bad. Not the point. It was just a weird 2022 move by the Lakers. But Darvin Ham's an idiot. We know that. Look, Malik Beasley. Mikal Bridges had a phenomenal game. He had that tip-in that changed everything. Without that tip-in, the Knicks probably don't win. And if Mikal didn't have that tip-in, then all of us we're all short on one of the great moments in Knicks history. And none of us would like that to happen because, I mean, truly, it was one of the great moments in Knicks history. To see Jalen Brunson cross up an elite defending Ausar Thompson, hit that three to go ahead by 4.2 seconds left in the game, to just nail it and absolutely not look back. Just keep going. Do the celebration. For anyone who's graduating college soon, do that celebration while you walk across the stage. I know I did, and my co-host on Jets Digest, Matt, he also did that when we walked across the stage for graduation. So, truly just a championship-winning moment right there. And the vibes are immaculate for the New York Knicks and the whole crew. I mean, look at JB go. This is our superstar. How could you not love this man? Look at him go. What a legend. I need those glasses. But the New York Knicks are moving on. Go and face the Celtics. You give them everything you have. Show them everything. And if it doesn't work, just make sure you fight hard. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Knicks.